Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here at Dick Jerardi, and happy 4th of July to everybody out there. We hope you have a safe, festive, and fun holiday with your family and friends. And summer has officially arrived with scorching temperatures this week, and we adjusted our race schedule along with the heat. On this week's show, we have lots of local racing action, some exciting performances. We take a look back as we say goodbye to Aqueduct, a legendary racetrack with decades of history. We're going to revisit closing day, a day that fans will never forget, all coming up on our show. But we have to get to a very exciting local race. It was Wednesday's 8th. It was certainly hot. We adjusted our post time to 10:40 for first post. Right. So this is about 1:50. But Kappa, the very promising PA bred, makes her return, and she's the favorite.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a week before, but the car got canceled in the middle. It was a sloppy track. So basically the same field back, and Kappa's 1-10. Forget a race at Laurel where she missed the break, no chance. But if she comes back to her Raven Run win from last fall, then there's no way anybody's beating her in this contest.
Here it is, Wednesday's 8th race, sprinting 6 furlongs.
Off and racing. Perfect start for this field of 5, and it is a scramble for the lead on the outside. Kappa with some early speed. Bella Queen, Pure Lure. Del Rey advances to the outside, and Iconomama settles in 5th and last. And Kappa, the big filly, she has the lead, chased to the inside by Bella Queen in the white blinkers. Del Rey, she takes that 3rd spot. Pure Lure had to tap on the brakes just a hair. She's back into 4th, and Iconomama still 5th. 22-1. There's less than a half mile to go, and Kappa, she leads the way. Bella Queen continues to chase. She skims the inside and the outside. Del Rey, then it's Pure Lure. Iconomama, just about 4 or 5 lengths covers them, tip to tail, led by Kappa. She's been confidently handled. Del Rey getting a little bit closer. Bella Queen, she's beginning to drop back. Iconomama advances from off of the pace. Pure Lure, she's now 5th. 45-3. Kappa has led throughout. Now she's trying to take them all the way home. Kappa. Del Rey continues to chase. Iconomama, she has found her stride. She's coming down the center of the track. Kappa digging in, resilient on the front end. There's the 16th left. Kappa, Del Rey on the inside. Pure Lure, they're not getting Kappa today.
Well, the 4-year-old gets it done. Kappa led every step of the way, and of course Del Rey came up, but she felt her. She pulled away. Michael Sanchez got to ride her, and I know she's been ready because she's been torturing her groom, Herminio. She's been letting everybody know that she's ready to run a big one.
Yeah, what was impressive here, was the heat. It was everything. And looked like she was in trouble, right? I mean, Del Rey looked like maybe she was going by, and then she kind of rebroke the last 50 yards. So liked it for a first start. Obviously, there are major goals, and yes. Michael Sanchez, Butch Reed, Glenn Bennett, the whole crew, we caught up with them after the race. What'd you think today?
Pretty impressive, like always. We loved her. She shows up every time, and running with this heat too, and running that fast is pretty good. We kind of lose the race, so I think we're looking forward to something better.
She didn't get a chance to run at Laurel. This is really her first race of the year. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, and with some mistakes that happened, she got canceled just a couple of days ago, and I probably would have breezed her, but we didn't get a chance to do that, and the weather was tough today, so we had to jump a lot of hurdles to get to this race today, and I'm glad she's a better man than us and came through in flying colors.
Yeah, my guess is, just judging what I'm seeing, probably a high 80 number, and that's a pretty good start for her for
absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
If you could back up from October 31st, which I assume would be the goal, the filly and mare sprint at Keeneland, what are you thinking about we got 4 months, but until then?
We're going to head north a little bit, a little town up near Albany up there called Saratoga, and see if we can't find a nice spot or two up there for her.
But the goal is that filly and mare sprint at Keeneland where she won the Raven Run last year.
Absolutely. We'd love to get back to Keeneland. That's the goal for the year.
Here with Glenn Bennett, his mom, his dad. Glenn, to get her back winning, I know it's been a long time since Keeneland last fall, but to see her back in a winner's circle, what does that mean?
Oh, no, it's great. I mean, obviously she's moving forward, and hopefully next race she'll move forward again and get up to Saratoga, I hope.
Butch just mentioned a city a little north of Albany, so
gotcha.
you know the way up there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Been there a little bit. Haven't won a lot there, but hopefully we'll change that around.
Congratulations to Kappa and her team, and she's going to be on to big things, so we'll be rooting her on along the way. Well, let's get to Wednesday's 6th race. It's a first level allowance race for fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. We have to talk about our favorite, More Than Grace, who's been so impressive since she's been claimed by Mike Pino, going through her conditions, but now taking that next step to open company.
Yeah, it was 1-10 day on Wednesday. Odds on favorites, and More Than Grace not only was winning, but was winning by huge margins race after race. Can she do it again?
Well, what a world for Ernesto Padilla Preciado, second choice, George Vargas. They've been such a team, and she doesn't have the consistency, but more than grace, but can't ever count out Cheeto.
No, he's on a roll. 9-1 tells you all you need to know, and that's your second choice. You got a 1-10 shot in here.
They head towards the far turn. Rock Me Gently, resilient on the lead and don't listen, continues to press. She puts her nose in front and Rock Me Gently tries to counter. More Than Grace, she's in third. What a World continues on in fourth. Jump a Fox, she's advanced to fifth. She has one beat, and that is Shubigale, who's at the back. They head around the far turn. More Than Grace, she's gotten the cue. She's beginning to rally on the outside. Now it's three across the track. Rock Me Gently, More Than Grace, full of run. Top of the stretch, and More Than Grace has taken over. Rock Me Gently has no response. She's back into second. What a World trying to find her stride late. They're all trying to catch the very in form More Than Grace, who's opening up on the far outside. Shubigale from last. She's making up ground, a 16th left.
Well, she gets it done. More Than Grace, her fifth consecutive win, and keep that name because she'll definitely be getting some end of the year awards, possibly claim of the year, possibly winningest horse of the year. And look, she just loves her job. Michael said she just gives such a good feeling, and they're quite the team. And she's 4-year-old filly by More Than Ready, so sky's the limit. I think she's going to be really competitive here at Parx.
I love big margins, and that's what this is, race after race.
All right, we're going to go to Wednesday's 7th race. More fillies and mares. This is an optional claiming $20,000. 6 furlongs is the sprint, and the favorite is She Talks Too Much, and I can agree with that. She's a PA bred.
It's top-notch racing. Speaking of hot, Marty Shaw's stable has been on a roll for quite a long time, and can they win again?
Well, she's got to contend with the other Ernesto Padilla Preciado stablemate. Lady Annabelle was a $7,500 claim, but she's been on a roll herself.
She has. She won 2 in a row by significant margins, by 7 and by 2.
With the lead, Little Cocoa Bean. She opens up a little over Lady Annabelle. 21-4. Quick opening quarter. Lady Annabelle. She's in second, chasing Little Cocoa Bean. Little Cocoa Bean with the lead. Then Peak of Chic. She's making her move now. She's in third to the inside. Pearls and Heels. She Talks Too Much. Unhurried. Fifth and last. Little Cocoa Bean. Continued pressure from Lady Annabelle as they head through the far turn. Little Cocoa Bean. Lady Annabelle to her outside. That's Peak of Chic. Pearls and Heels. She Talks Too Much. Beginning to roll from off the pace. 45-1, and Little Cocoa Bean. Lady Annabelle not done. She turns up the pressure to the outside. Lady Annabelle takes the lead from Little Cocoa Bean. Now she's going to have to fend off her stablemate. She Talks Too Much, who's gaining with every stride. She's in third. Lady Annabelle getting away on the front end, a 16th left, and it's going to be Lady Annabelle who gets the win.
Lady Annabelle made it 3 in a row, and Sylvester Gonzalez said, look, he went after the Little Cocoa Bean. They didn't want her to get too far away. She was the pace setter, but Lady Annabelle made her move, and she just has that big, long stride, and Ernesto Padilla ran 1-2. She Talks Too Much ran second, and she was claimed by Mike Pino.
Yeah, big margin here, 7 3/4, and the time, 1:11.36, significantly faster for Kappa Kappa in the next race, so that gives you an indication of how good she is, because Lady Annabelle's pretty good herself.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to our first break, but lots to come. When we come back, we have more local racing and national races, and we're going to say goodbye to Aqueduct. All coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Top of the stretch here at Aqueduct for one final time.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll. This is how it goes. This is how you pop. This is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you win. This is how you excite. This is how you all night. 360 hit me. Now we're going all in. I can feel it calling. The crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
So Kev, why Nissan? Nissan just makes sense. You get the best mix of style, reliability, and tech without breaking the bank.
Why Chapman Nissan?
It's our team. We make sure you're not just getting any deal, but you're getting the right deal. We're friendly, transparent, and really want you to love what you drive. We make it easy to drive off in a Nissan you want at a price you'll really feel great about. We take care of people with top-notch service, flexible financing, and a no-pressure vibe that is truly stress-free. Huge selection, a great price, and a team that's got your back. That's us, Chapman Nissan.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here on Let's Go Racing, and we have more local racing from Parx. We get to Monday's 7th race. It was our Parx picks. Of course, DJ and I both like the favorite, Fine Diamond, coming from Post 1. Jockey change, not Ruben. Frankie Pennington for Ernesto Padilla-Preciado. We've been talking about that barn so much. He's knocking on the door behind Jamie Ness.
Yeah, and what we just mentioned, Marty Shaw and top notch, 109 starts, 34 wins, 24 seconds, 12 thirds here at Parx, 31%. Over 700,000. He's right there for owner of the year again.
Azteca Warrior shipping in for Wayne Potts. This is a name you guys have been seeing a lot here at Parx Racing. He's based at Monmouth, he's based in New York, but he's been very active at the claim box. You have to run these horses back here when you claim them for 60 days, so you'll see a lot of horses coming back, but he's been in our entries all week, and he's second choice with Azteca Warrior.
Yeah, good luck beating Fine Diamond, however. This is actually a wild race. Check out the one here. You think it was no way, and then there was a way.
Stinger B sweeps up on the outside. Azteca Warrior badly gone there to the second spot. Fine Diamond, the favorite, is given way as Regal Page moves up off the back. The half is 46-1. Stinger B trying to flee the scene, turning for home. Azteca Warrior picks up the chase in second. Far outside, Fine Diamond is trying to fire back on the extreme outside, but at mid-stretch it's still Stinger B. Here comes Fine Diamond, who's back at the scene for more. Regal Page is a third, running on late net at the inside. King Davies, Fine Diamond.
All right, Fine Diamond. It looked like Stinger B was going to get the win, and then Fine Diamond, Frankie got him outside, got him into that big stride, and in the clear he went.
Yeah, I mean, I thought no chance at the top of the stretch as he dropped back, and and here he came, and top notch. My man Marty does it again.
All right, well, time for national races and Aqueduct's closing weekend, but Parx represented in a really big way. So let's look at Saturday's finale at Aqueduct. Maiden special weight on the turf, 6 furlongs, and Frankie Pennington got the call to ride for Wesley Ward on Super Dave.
6-5 on Super Dave. We're going 6 furlongs on the grass. Frankie's had a pretty nice trips up to Aqueduct. Went up there for Irish Maxima. That worked out pretty well. How about this? On the penultimate day of Aqueduct, my man Frankie on the favorite.
Super Dave turns over home and is in front. It's Super Dave trying to run them off their feet, and Super Dave is opening up once more. Super Dave now widening this margin. Sultan Hassan is giving game chase. Daisy Dew and Bubster back there for the Miners. But Super Dave, Frankie Pennington.
Super Dave and jockey Frankie Pennington get the win for top trainer Wesley Ward on the son of Tiz the Law. And everybody said, how did Frankie get the call, you know? And Bobby Martell, his agent, said Wesley Ward called and said, hey, is Frankie available? I'll put him on a really live one. He really likes Frankie's style of riding. Frankie went up there, and the rest is history.
Never in doubt. Romps home. Nice way to end that Saturday at Aqueduct.
All right, well, we're going to go to Aqueduct's closing day. It was Sunday. Let's go to the opener. 1 mile on the turf, and the favorite is Tongue Twister.
Yeah, Tongue Twister can be the favorite, but it's all about Tiz Now Mama. Our man Kendrick at 2-1. Parx representing all weekend at Aqueduct. Check out KC loose on the lead.
And Tiz Now Mama's trying to sprint away. Torjate in game pursuit to the outside. Here comes Tongue Twister trying to rally on. From the back, the gray is Celestial Express. Tiz Now Mama is still in front. Torjate continues to chase, but it's all Tiz Now Mama. Kendrick Carmouche and Chad Summers.
All right, jockey Kendrick Carmouche gets the win in the opener on closing day at Aqueduct, making history like he does. Tiz Now Mama.
Beloved at Aqueduct. They cannot get enough of Kendrick, as you shall see later in the show.
Oh, we love it. All right, let's get to the finale. It was an emotional race. Closing day at Aqueduct. The doors will be closing. No more racing in Ozone Park. A lot of good memories there. Lots of Parx connections to root for in this final race. Assume nothing for trainer Jamie Ness. And of course, the Ken Marcy's with Sylvester Gonzalez riding.
Kendrick is in there. He's represented. So Parx is represented all over the Aqueduct finale. What will happen? Check it out.
A quarter mile left to go. They reach the top of the stretch here at Aqueduct for one final time in front of the crowd. And the leader, Assume Nothing, is trying to gut things out. Sarah Shaman to the outside. Trusty Rusty trying to make up ground 2. Tiz Marcus. But Assume Nothing inside the final 16th. Assume Nothing front running and wins the final race held at this majestic racetrack.
Love the name, Assume Nothing. That's my philosophy in life. Do that and you will get somewhere. We caught up with Jamie Ness, who won the last ever race at Aqueduct when he came back here to Parx. There's a great story where Jamie was and everything else about this finale at Aqueduct. Here's Jamie.
You know, that was a lot of fun. You know, it really was. Kind of everybody in the I never got so many texts in my life. I think everybody in the country was watching that, you know. Even my mom in South Dakota was watching it, and she didn't even know I had a horse in the race. And but it was really cool. The best part is, you know, obviously good race, good purse, you know, but the last ever race at Aqueduct is a kind of history, you know. And the best thing is the DEA Thoroughbreds, Daryl Romitz, he was the owner of the horse. He's from there. His grandfather was at the track. His father, his mother took him track when they, you know, obviously when he was a kid. So it meant a lot to him, you know, for a local guy. So I was really happy for him.
And he was there, unlike you. Tell us where you were.
Yeah, I wanted to be there. I really did, because I enjoyed going to Aqueduct. You know, it's kind of the, you know, the riff-raff track. I like that kind of thing, you know. I'm not the ritzy kind of guy, but I was actually in Colonial, driving home with a load of horses on in D.C. in traffic, so probably not the safest thing to watch on my iPad, but I got to watch the whole thing.
They got that great blanket and just really nice way. Ness made New York history. Of course he would.
And it was Park-centric. Sylvester Gonzalez finished third. Kendrick was fourth. I wrote about all of it on letsgoracingparks.com. In addition to our 2025 PA Derby 1-2, which had a pretty good day down at Churchill. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to talk about more on Aqueduct's finale and all the things that happened after the race was finished later in the show. But let's go to Saturday at Laurel Park. This is the deputed testimony. $125,000 a mile and an eighth. The favorite is Barbadian Runner, but Adaro's in here for Jamie Ness.
Yeah, Adaro was awesome. First off the claim for Jamie, won by 11 lengths. Now it's obviously a more significant race. Barbadian Runner, your 3 to 5 choice. I mean, he was good enough to beat Post Time and be right behind Post Time one time last year. This is a great race. Check it out.
Barbadian Runner going to try to quicken into the far turn run, and the top pair getting away by some 2 lengths from Adaro in third. Duke of Duval is racing in fourth. Excellent start, and Cadet Corps is dropped to last position. 3 furlongs from home. Catalytic slowed it right on down. A narrow lead asks for a little more. Barbadian Runner, though, is still right there on the outside. Those pink bleakers, Barbadian Runner coming after Catalytic at the top of the stretch. And now they're really going to sprint for home. Adaro is third, has 3 or 4 to make up. Into the stretch at the 3/16 pole. And Barbadian Runner and Forest Boys Catalytic trying to dig down to the inside. Adaro toward the center of the track is right there, gaining little by little. Here comes Adaro. Adaro on the outside of Barbadian Runner, who's determined. Barbadian Runner, Adaro on the outside trying to time it just right. Photo time.
Jockey Forest Boys, who's been on fire, gets the win with Barbadian Runner, but what a great second from Adaro. And we were all rooting him home, but didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I thought Adaro was going to go by, but yeah, Barbadian Runner is a really, really cool horse now. It's a 23 starts, 9 wins, $1 million. Yeah,
and gotta love Forest Boys, a woman jockey just doing big things. Yep. So pretty cool stuff. All right, we're going to go to another break. When we come back, we're going to go to Churchill Downs in a huge race with Parx connection, so to speak. More on the show coming up after this break.
So it's a World Cup winner, a Classic winner, and a Derby winner. 1, 2, 3.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's go to Churchill Downs. This was a race everybody was excited to see. The Grade 1 Stephen Foster, $2 million on the line, going a mile and an eighth. This was the star of stars, but Sovereignty is our favorite for Bill Mott.
Yeah, he is the favorite. People are saying, well, you only had the one race back. Let's see. Somebody actually ran into somebody in the casino Saturday morning. They said, who are you putting behind Sovereignty? I said, I'm not putting anybody behind Sovereignty. I like Magnitude. I thought he was the speed. His race in Dubai was awesome. And we love those horses coming out of the PA Derby. This is some effort. Check out Magnitude.
So it's a World Cup winner, a Classic winner, and a Derby winner. 1, 2, 3 with 2 furlongs to go. And Magnitude is the one to catch off the turn. And he heads for home in front by 2. Sovereignty up into second. And Baeza continues to rally. Big effort from Baeza. But in the meantime, Magnitude has gone clear by 3. Baeza second. 3 lengths behind now. 2 lengths behind now. 50 yards to catch Magnitude, but Magnitude to the top of the class.
And Magnitude's just too good right now, just in absolute top form. We've always liked him since we saw him race at the fairgrounds.
Yep.
And Baeza, if he could just get that break, he would be, I think he would be so tough.
Yeah, no question. Look, throughout Guido Barrios' race, doesn't like an off track. Sovereignty, people are going to say he didn't run well at all. He actually didn't run that bad. He got 106 Beyer.
Yeah.
The problem was that for him, that Magnitude and Baeza have gotten dramatically better.
Yes.
He's kind of stayed the same. Magnitude, 114 Beyer figure. He's your favorite for Horse of the Year halfway through the year. Baeza with an awesome race, a career best 112. So your PA Derby 1-2 last year. Flipped it, Magnitude. And you know, the PA Derby was the race that kind of tipped it off. He closed for the first time in his life. That was something's happening. And Steve Asmussen, he might have his 5th Horse of the Year. I wrote about this on Let's Go Racing, Parx.com. Think about it. Curling twice. Rachel Alexandra, gun runner, Magnitude on his way.
Magnitude by Cyrus, not this time. Very exciting win for them. Well, we're going to stay at Churchill Downs. This is the Grade 2 Wise Dan, a race named after my favorite racehorse on the turf on my own 16th, and Laganos. He's been so cool. Again, Steve Asmussen, Jose Ortiz, what a team they've been.
Yeah, no, they've been awesome. They teamed up with Magnitude there, and this horse has won 4 in a row. Can he make it 5?
Silent Heart still first off the turn, but Laganos has come off the rail, and Laganos is set down, and Dresden Rowe comes with a rally, and down the center of the track is Brilliant Birdie and Flying Mohawk. Laganos takes the lead at the 16th. Laganos takes off for the wire. Dresden Rowe, Mercante, flying finishes, but it's 5 in a row.
And Laganos is just too good with jockey Jose Ortiz. That's 6 wins they teamed up together.
How about Jose Ortiz? What kind of a year is he having? Derby, Oaks, Belmont, Dubai World Cup, on Magnitude, on Laganos. He's your favorite for Jockey of the Year at this point.
I think all 3 of us here on Let's Go Racing will be voting for him. All right, let's get to this week's Jockey of the Week. It's not Jose Ortiz, but it's a very, very top jockey right here on Parx Racing. Congratulations, Frankie Peddington, our Parx Racing Jockey of the Week. Frankie had an incredible week in the Mid-Atlantic, finding the winner's circle at every major racetrack in the area. Jockey of the Week is sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Now it's time for our Trainer of the Week, and this was a special win for one of our trainers. Congratulations, Gustavo Chacon, our Parx Racing Trainer of the Week. He had an impressive maiden win with his PA bred for his stable, earning him Trainer of the Week, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We love our Turning for Home family photo. This is Quickening, retired last May with 2 wins, and you could see quickly transitioning to a loving show horse and part-time Santa when he isn't in the show ring with his adopter Lauren up in New Hampshire. All right, let's get to this week's PTHA Trophy race. Tuesday's 7th race. This is a really good field, 6.5 furlongs. Keep an eye on the shipping, Amy's Music.
Yeah, 2 big moves. Dream Builder, the one, makes a gigantic move on the turn, and so does Amy's Music. And the question is, who's going to get there first? The answer is Amy's Music.
It's not always easy to ship into Parx.
Nope.
I caught up with the winning trainer, Phil Capuano, on the win with Amy's Music. It's not easy to ship into Parx and get a win, but your horse has a lot of grit. Tell us about the race.
Well, I think it just set up well for him. You know, he was able to stalk just off the pace on the outside. When that horse ranged up outside of him, he just found another gear and dug in real well. So I'm very happy with the effort, happy with Barbosa for coming up to make the trip. So it was a good day.
All right, and jockey Jerome Barbosa, that was a name that we used to see her ride regularly. Great race in this week's trophy race. Time for Eye on Racing, and Saratoga opens. Everyone's excited.
Indeed, opened yesterday, assuming the heat wasn't a problem. Today, the Belmont Oaks, the Belmont Derby, and the Stanford, the first of many big 2-year-old races at the spot.
Yeah, looking forward to watch them. All right, let's get to our final break, but when we come back, we're going to make you some money with Parx Picks. Can we do it again like we did last week?
This is Parx.
This is how you all night, 360 hit me. Now we're going all in. I can feel it calling. The crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
All right, we're back here on Let's Go Racing. Time for Parx Picks. Monday's 8th race. It's going to be a little cooler on Monday. Looking forward to that. This is an optional claiming race. 6 furlongs. It's a sprint. But I'm going to go for the inside post, #1 numbers game. He was really good when he broke his maiden for Lou Linder, but he's been pretty good in the Mike Moore barn. They had a nice second. I think he's going to continue to improve. All right, well, catch Gate to Wire this week. Dick joined us, and we caught up and had a very nice conversation with new PTHA trainer director Steve Krebs, and he's always fun to talk horses with. All right, come join us for Twilight Racing every Thursday in July. We're going to have fun, different themes, live Carter racing, and it's just going to be a great place to be in the evenings.
5 o'clock post up.
Yeah, 5 o'clock post.
A couple of notes: golden tempo, temperature. No Jim Dandy, shooting straight for the Travers. I don't wish this on anybody, but if for some reason he misses the Travers, love to see Cherie on September 19th for the PA Derby. And also, major congratulations to our Let's Go Racing alum, Trish Bowman. Just started as the Jockey Club steward, New York, up to Saratoga for the meet. We'll be at Belmont when it starts, and we love Trish here on the show.
We do. Well-deserved. Congratulations from all of us. Okay, it was the final scene at Aqueduct. The last race had run, and of course, jockey Kendrick Cumuse jumped into the fans with his people. He's so beloved there, and our girl Maggie Wolfendahl tells us all about it.
This is the scene. Guys, I know you led the charge, Kendrick, but you jumped here into the fans. This is the coolest experience ever.
Yo, I've been in New York for 12 years now. I've never seen so many people come to the racetrack in Aqueduct. I'm amazed. I love it. Can we have one more day at Aqueduct?
Jamie, you won the last race here ever. I know you're a little bit kind of new on the scene, but you began your career here. This has got to feel so cool for you.
Listen, this is amazing. You know, this is where everything starts, you know, and then winning today, the last day, going to be memory forever, you know, and then we all the people here, you know, I love it, you know, everybody happy, everybody enjoy, you know, and we all blessing, you know.
I'm feeling this energy of all the fans here. You guys are the best fans on the planet.
All right, what a scene it was. Well, that's going to do it for this week on Let's Go Racing. Again, we wish you all a happy 4th of July, and come hang with us here at the track. We'll see you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the gray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.